I have returned once again to actually deliver another stream of something slightly different. Something slightly different. Wow, the sound's a bit weird. Something slightly different. Wow, the sound's a bit weird. Oh, I know why the sound's a bit weird, because I accidentally changed a setting on my, what's it call it? On the, what, ow. I just hit my face on my microphone. I changed the setting accidentally. I must have just forgotten about it and didn't change it back. But there we go. We actually fixed it, so it's okay now. It's actually working correctly. So yes, actually have to actually cover the season of winter and see what's actually going on in the season of winter, because I still have zero idea whether or not it's actually kind of like banana fish levels of good stuff in winter. Well, hope so, because banana fish was just beautiful, even though I cried a lot twice because I read the epilogue as well, epilogue as well, which actually made me cry even more. So yeah, I mean, I had a quick glance through the entire season, so I thought, you know, let's have a quick glance through it and see what's going on. Yeah, it seems pretty alright, to be honest. It seems like the kind of the down low kind of season. It always has been for the last, like, what, 4 years. It's always been kind of that down low season that's had like 4 or 5 good shows in it, and then the best ones come out in spring and fall. But I mean, yeah, there's like 5 I'm actually really looking forward to, that I'm actually kind of hoping are really freaking good. And yeah, I mean, the rest of them kind of seem fine, I guess, in the larger context of things. So yeah, anyway, it's actually put to actually go on live for the actual season of winter and see what's actually going down. So, gone live for winter. Oh, no, can't tell winter. Winter 2019 of anime. What I will be watching. And with that, I believe we're good to go. Are we good to go? We're good to go. Definitely good to go, I think. Yes. Alright, well, what actually beforehand, I want to actually fix OBS a bit, because OBS kind of screwed up slightly. For some reason I wasn't displaying my KBS at all. There it is. There we go. Fixed it. So yes, I should begin the entirety of this season. I believe that the first, like, 2 columns are basically just OVAs or stuff that I haven't watched beforehand. So we'll quickly glance through that and see what's going on. I will probably take a lot more water breaks in this stream as well. My throat's still recovering from the cold that I had beforehand. So anyway, yes, let's begin with the best show of all time, Butt Detective Season 2. I mean, there's been shows been wanting Season 2s for like, what, 10, 15 years? And there comes Butt Detective with like, yo, what's up? I've got Season 2 already because I'm the best show ever. I'm like, yes, lads. Give me more Butt Detective, because Butt Detective actually is the best. It is the quintessential anime of the whole entirety of, like, I don't even know, of like the last 25 years. It's a culmination of all the things that led up to this one moment. It's like the end of Evangelion at this point, of anime, at this point in time. So yeah. Though, I'm actually really upset no one actually kind of subs it, because apparently it's actually quite good, but no one subs it, so it's actually kind of, it's lost to limbo, as they say. It's lost to limbos of time. So I actually can't watch it, alas. Sadness strikes my soul. So, la 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 chan, la la to my ni chi. Which, again, is something that never gets subbed, so what's the point watching it? Cells at Work Cold Syndrome. Again, I haven't watched the series itself. I also know the actual OVA just premiered on Crunchyroll, so there's that also. So I haven't watched the season yet, but I have to sit down one day and watch it. It's one of those ones that's been keep on eluding me this whole entire time. And yes, Sasha's Life is Psyche K Conclusion, which I believe is a Netflix anime, so anyone's game when that actually gets shown on Netflix. I actually started the series yesterday. It's actually really freaking good. The series is actually amazing. So I have to put like a considering part, because I can't watch it just yet. I haven't watched season 2 yet, but oh, Persona 5 animation Dark Sun. That came out like 2 days ago, didn't it? 3 days ago. How, Christ, we're in 2019, aren't we? Happy New Year! I forgot to actually say that. Happy New Year as well. Completely forgot to say that as well. Happy New Year. Yeah, Dark Sun is that one that premiered on the 30th, actually. Premiered 2 days ago. I was right. It was 2 days ago. I haven't watched the actual series itself because it's one of those ones that I don't think people want to admit it, but it's kind of pointless. Like if you actually if only to Fire Punch anime. I wish that as well. Like it's one of those shows that I kind of sat there and went, I could be playing the game right now, and it's what it kind of felt like. Same thing happened with Science 0 as well. Science 0 had the exact same problem of like, I could be playing the game right now instead, and that's why I kind of stopped watching them, because I felt like, well, I could be playing it right now instead of actually watching it, and it just felt like a lot better actually kind of decision than watching it, because it just kind of felt disappointing. Even though I'm not that well into Persona 5, I'd still kind of know when an adaptation is kind of like, yeah, it's not very good. That's what Persona 5 animation kind of felt like. It just kind of felt pointless and just devoid of anything that kind of made me go, I'll watch that. So I actually can't watch it anyway. But you know what I mean. It's just it's a weird show. It's a weird show. It's one of those shows that I guess a lot of people actually that have played the game can actually enjoy, or people who haven't played the game actually can enjoy as well. But it's kind of alright. It's fine. It did what it needed to do. It kind of it boosted the actual popularity of Persona 5 again, so there's that. Where's my Persona 3 remake, Atlas? Give me Persona 3 and Persona 2. I want those, okay? And SMT 3. Give me SMT 3 and 5. Lord, please give me those 2 games. Anyway, Detective Oprah and Milky Holmes a psycho greeting. Huh? What's this? I have never... Oh, I know of Milky Holmes. I know vaguely who they are. But it actually knows the actual like kind of lineage of Milky Holmes and the shows themselves. It's kind of like, I have no idea. So there's that one. So this one's the one that came out when they announced the Fate Go stuff, if I remember correctly. Because I was like, oh, Fate Go announcements. Yeah, I actually found out who's actually the new 7 for the new year. I was like, oh, cool. And then I found out the new 7. I was like, oh. It wasn't Melon again, so I couldn't get Melon for a second time. I was like, god damn it, I want Melon for a second time. So randomly roll Melon again. But alas. So this is actually the Troika show that kind of premiered just before the announcements, I believe. So yeah, I mean, one day I'll sit down and actually kind of marathon my way through the whole entirety of Fate again, because I've gone through Dean's Day Night. I actually have to sit down and kind of finish Fate Zero one day, and actually then finish Fate Stay Night. And then do Heaven's Feel whenever it comes to Blu-ray someday. I hope so. I hope so. So I believe they're actually doing it in 2019. It is 2019. I keep forgetting it's 2019 already. I was like, oh, they're doing it in 2019. I was like, it is 2019, isn't it? It's this year. So you know what I mean. It's just like it's sometime this year. Ikitosen, lads. Does anyone remember that show? That was like the quintessential show, like whenever it came out, like years ago. Oh man, that was the show. That was like before High School DxD, I believe. That was the show, as they call it. But God, it's been like what, 10 years since like Ikitosen was relevant in society. I'm surprised actually it's still going. I haven't actually even watched past season 1, I believe, at this point. Another show that's kind of like, what's it coming back for? Bang Dream Season 2. Again, I have freaking no idea. Passione and the Creators in Park are actually... I always call them Creators in Park. It's Creators in Pack. I don't know why I was calling them Creators in Park. I always magically put an R before the CK. But you know what I mean. It's Creators in Pack. Again, haven't watched season 1, so there's no point we watching season 2 because just don't know what the hell's going on. Oh man, okay, all right. Here's a show I've been most looking forward to this whole entire season. The new show, at least, because the other show I'm most looking forward to this whole entire season is Mob Psycho 100 season 2. So that's the one I've been most looking forward to. Besides this show, Boogie Pop Phantom and the others. This is like the kind of 2019 version of the original one, and the original one's pretty freaking cool. And yeah, I mean, I'm all for this show because it's Madhouse with my boy Shingo Natsume directing it. I was like, yes! When I heard they actually were remaking it, I was like, yeah, okay, I'll watch that. But then when I heard that Natsume is actually on it, I was like, yes, lads! Give me some more of that. Also, the scriptwriter for One Punch Man's also on it as well. Was it a script for, I believe, another show that actually was really freaking good this year as well, last year. Can't remember, you did another show in between. But yeah, I mean, I've been waiting for this show for a very long time, actually kind of have to actually kind of see it actually happen. And also just released the actual light novels in the Nimbus forms as well. Though one day I do hope to actually release the digital versions as well. But yeah, I mean, that was one I was most looking forward to this whole entire season. There was no doubt about it. If I was watching one show this whole entire season, it was actually Biggie Pop Phantom, because I've just been waiting for that so much. So anyway, oh, wrong way. So, The Prince of Smiles. I will watch anything about Madhouse that isn't actually Overlord at this point, because Overlord was kind of like, huh, at the end of it. It was weird, that show, in the end. Again, it had the same problem that most shows that I kind of watch are. I could be reading it right now instead. Which is what I did. Though they actually did adapt some of the arcs pretty freaking good in the anime, I believe. They did do some justice to the actual manga and also light novel as well. Though it just kind of felt a bit too, like, that the whole entire time. It kind of felt all over the place. So, The Prince of Smiles, done by Tatsunoko. Tatsunoko is actually still making anime. So no, the anime commencing Tatsunoko's production's 55th anniversary. 55th anniversary, Jesus Christ. That's older than me. Way older than me, actually. Pardon the terrible joke. So, on a planet far from Earth, there is a kingdom full of smiling faces. Princess Yuki is 12 years old and about to enter a sensitive age in a person's life. Every day she cries, laughs, and sometimes her heart throbs with excitement. All the while she lives merrily in the royal palace. Whew. Right, so filing her days at her law vessels, her tutor Rhea Izano, who assists in political affairs, the leader of the chivalry Harold, and there is her childhood friend aide Joshua. Good old Joshua. The boy, the man himself. Yuki, do you have a spirit and guts? You can do anything. No, not this again, Joshua. Be nobler. Nobler? Yeah, nobler. It's one of those words that kind of sounds weird when you say it out loud, but you're like, yeah, it's correct. Stella is 17 years old and a capable reverse soldier. However, she is always smiling, for smiling is essential to living. It's a story of two girls born on distant planets. What the? That told me nothing! That was... What? Huh? I'm so confused. So, you're telling me this planet's full of people just basically just smile the whole entire time, like, yo, what's up? It's like We Happy Few. It's like the We Happy Few of anime, basically. Besides, it's not dystopian British Empire. Huh? I'm so confused. I can only hope that actually probably one of those shows like Zombieland Saga actually just completely subverts what you expect it to actually be. It's actually kind of like a very heavily political drama about the idea of smiling and what it actually does in theory mean to the human psyche. Jesus. So Midnight Yoitore boys. Anything that could in theory be. That could be anything. That could be literally anything. It could even not even be an anime at this point. Who knows? So the Morose Monokian 2. I have not watched season 1 of this show. So I heard actually is pretty good for a period show. I was like, huh. I mean, it didn't screw up that one show. It screwed up Tokyo Ghoul though, which was just... I will never forgive him for that. Never forgive him for that one. So I actually can't watch that show. I actually haven't watched season 1 yet. So, Wuz. How do you pronounce his name? Is it Wuz or is it Wiz? Is it Wiz or Wuz? I don't know. I don't even know. Is it Wuz or Wiz? Let's go with Wuz. Actually, I'm calling it Wuz for now on. Call it Wuz. Oh man. Right. So, Gohan's back at it again with possibly not a terrible show this time. Hopefully not. Though I do not have hope because this show looks just like it looks just like that other one show they actually made. Oh, Handshakers, that's it. Handshakers. Who remembers that show? That was a dumpster fire, literally. I mean, it was a freaking amazing dumpster fire. Though. I love that show to bits because it's just so freaking bad. Like, it was just, everything about it was just absolutely god-awful. I just loved it. I thought, this is what I need in life. Just terrible shows. But yeah, I mean, having looked at the actual kind of PV for it, it very much looks like kind of what they're known for, like the fisheye lens shots, which did not look good in anime, to be honest, the more I think about it, because, unless they just do it terribly, I don't even know. But also, the actual, like, use of 3D kind of maneuvering around the whole entirety of the plane. Like, I mean, if football does it correctly, because if football's a football, I mean, they do it nice, but Gohan's just, oh man, it's not good to look at. It makes you kind of feel motion sickness because it's actually kind of meshing two things together. It always doesn't really work too well. It kind of makes you kind of go, guys, stop for a second here. I'm trying to, like, my brain's trying to adjust this whole entire thing. So I do not have hope for Hus. But let's actually read the synopsis and see what actually didn't really happen. So, Yukiya, who is probably 14 years old, spends his time DJing alone. Due to his father's influence, he listened to house music since he was young, and he uploads videos online. He wants to convey something to someone. He wants to be recognized and become important. But getting hurt is scary. One day, while trying to get more views, he does something that can't be undone, and he sees a live broadcast from that world. Yukiya believes he can't do anything alone, but then he could accomplish something if he were doing it together with someone else. Huh? What? Is that actually the plot synopsis? Have a look. Let's go deeper. It is. Absolute mad lads. Absolute mad lads. I mean, of course I'm gonna watch it. Of course I'm gonna watch it. I need something terrible this season. I've been watching too much good stuff. I mean, like, I need that kind of dumpster fire show. I don't even know. It's just, it just tells you, it tells you nothing. It tells you nothing from it. I mean, the PV just gives you the idea it's just like a Gohan show, but that's about it. The everything else is just kind of like, huh, okay. Okay. Anyway, I can't watch that because it has no synopsis. It actually probably is. Oh, it's based off that other show they actually made beforehand. How clumsy are you? Oh, how clumsy you are, Miss Ueno. So not only is Ueno the president of the science club at her junior high school, she's a genius inventor too. However, despite everything she has going for her, there's one big problem she can't seem to solve no matter what she does. She can't figure out how to confess to her crush. Tanaka, can she find a way to give her heart what it truly yearns for? I've heard pretty good things about this, to be honest. I've heard kind of like, it's meant to be quite good. It's meant to be kind of alright. I'm like, alright. It's also 50 minutes long, so it's actually short form, which actually is kind of disappointing slightly, but, I mean, comedy shows do tend to work better in the short form, to be honest. So it might in theory be good, it might be good, it might be bad, who knows, we'll have to wait and see, lads. So, Dororo. Dororo? Is that how you pronounce it, Dororo? Dororo? This is the other show I've actually been looking forward to in the whole entirety of the season, because I believe it's based off a really old manga, actually, because I guess Mappa's actual kind of vision now is to adapt really, really old mangas from like the 80s and 60s. Because they've been doing it for the whole entirety of their runtime, practically, I believe. Have they? Kind of, in a way. But yeah, I mean, this one's kind of been like the other good show the whole entire season. I'm actually hoping good things come out of this one, because my boys do make some good shows. They made Banana Fish, for God's sake, actually was just beautiful. You know, made me cry like a lot. So anyway, a samurai lord has bartered away his newborn son's organs to 48 demons in exchange for dominance on the battlefield. Yeah, the abandoned infant survives thanks to a medicine man who equips him with primitive prosthetics, lethal ones with which the wronged son will use to hunt down a multitude of demons to reclaim his body one piece at a time. Before confronting his father on his journey, the young hero encounters a orphan who claims to be the greatest thief in Japan. Interesting. It came out in the 60s, didn't it? I believe it was the 60s. The actual I can't even say the word now. Jesus. The actual manga actually came out. It's the 60s, I believe. 64, I think. Yeah, I mean, I like what they're doing because they're actually kind of giving old mangas, which people don't really know much about, actually give it a new lease of life and actually kind of just tell a story from a different perspective. Because I believe it actually has a game as well. I was told at one point as well. So again, I actually kind of hope good things come out of the show. So let's hope. We'll watch it anyway. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. Of course, I'm watching Mob Psycho 100 Season 2. Mob Psycho 100 Season 1's the best thing ever. Everyone knows it. It's so freaking good. It is better than One Punch Man. I will say that. It's a very controversial opinion, but it's actually better than One Punch Man. At least the anime, at least in anime form, to be honest. I haven't read the manga past the actual Season 1, so I actually have no idea. That's also true. I actually went with Devilman, so there's that. Oh man, okay. So we can only hope that Season 2 is actually even better, even though it does look really freaking good, to be honest. I do hope. I do hope. So you're a papa, but I want to do it. It's a very straight to the point kind of title. Very straight to the point. I'm guessing if by the title itself, that's actually probably the porn of the season, isn't it? It's the porn of the season, lads. It doesn't actually come out. It doesn't come out on Sunday anymore. So Smutty Sundays have gone. There is no more Smutty Sundays. What is it now? There's no word that actually rhymes with the Monday to actually kind of call it by now, because they had Smutty Sundays. Now you can't have that anymore. It's not a part of the actual kind of thing, actual part of the thing anymore, which disappoints me greatly. Though you kind of just sit there and go, oh yeah, you can't actually even watch this show, to be honest, because it's just not aired anywhere. Like it's just impossibly hard to actually kind of even watch it. So can't watch it. Can't even watch it, lads. Can't watch it. Though sometimes it's just I believe the shortened version gets uploaded to YouTube after it actually ends. But then you don't get subs, so you're kind of just stuck there like, oh. Pastel memories. Jesus Christ. Oh, man. So, project number 9. The story takes place in a future Akihabara where otaku culture has declined. Players play a shopkeeper in an otaku shop, together with the heroines who are in fact otaku girls. Shopkeeper starts helping people claim their lost otaku memories back. That sounds mildly interesting, to be honest. Sounds mildly interesting. Sounds interesting. We'll have to wait and see. We'll have to wait and see whether or not actually does it work out to be kind of not terrible. We'll have to wait. We'll have to wait. So an angel flew down to me. Comedy Shoujo Ai Kobo. One day, 5th grader Hinata Hoshino brings her friend Hana Shirosaki to her house. And Hinata's sister Miyako, a college student, falls in love with Hana at first sight. Miyako manages to get along with Hana somehow, but her clumsy behaviour and shyness makes Hana wary. Even so, Hana gradually opens up to Miyako, who wants to become closer to her. I mean, I don't know. Isn't that like the 5th show they've made that's actually kind of like in the same vein as that, I believe, at this point? Yeah, it kind of is. I actually kind of imagine at this point. I mean, I don't know. Apparently people said the one show they made last season actually was really freaking good. Though, I don't know. I never actually watched it. Probably never will watch it as well. Who knows? Who knows, as they say. Anyway, Circlet Princess? Circlet Princess? Is that how you pronounce it correctly? Circlet? People's lives have changed because of VR and AR. A competitive sport has been born from these technologies called CB, Circlet Battle. CB can be competed between 2 schools and becomes an e-sport that decides the wealth of the schools. It also became the real ability of the school, which depends on not just students' academic skills, but also the data based on the sport ability, art skills, etc. I mean, it might be fine. Again, it's actually one of those shows that you kind of can't really pinpoint just yet because I doubt it probably I don't think, personally speaking, this probably will be like a deep dive on the whole entirety of what VR means to society and what actions and free bring to the new tables of life, as they say. It ain't gonna be that at all. It's just gonna be esports, and that's about it. Which is kind of depressing because I actually kind of wanted it. I actually kind of want a deep dive on the whole entire thing, but actually it's kind of interesting, like the dichotomy between VR and real life. But alas, we'll never get that unless there's actually a show already about that. I can't remember. I mean, I don't know. Who knows? So, Rinshi Ekoda-chan. So Rinshi Ekoda-chan is a fun and dark four-color manga about the real life of an author, a single woman in Tokyo who drifts through relationships and works at various hostesses clubs and the like. Lots of commentary on birds of prey girls who use their cuteness and affect stupidity in order to try and score men, against whom the author is constantly fighting. I mean, I doubt I'll probably get subbed. Who knows? I don't know. I doubt it. I'd be surprised if it actually does. I don't know. Rainy Coca Side G. It's a 5th season of the show. It's actually 5 seasons. This is my voice. This is my voice. I haven't watched season 1, so. Oh, Real Girl season 2. Hood's actually still making shows, even after they kind of like. Even after all their shows, pretty much this whole entirety of last year, have always had to be kind of corrected in Blu-rays, like completely. Because I think they made that Marchton, hello, Marchton Machen, or whatever, however you actually pronounce it. But I believe they made that as well. And actually, hold up a second, did they make that? Let's have a look. Let's have a look. I can't tell. Did they make it? Am I going nuts? They did actually make it. I was gonna say, was I actually dreaming that? But no. Yeah, and then the show itself was like, married with like really bad animation. They had to change it in the Blu-rays. I'm actually kind of surprised they're actually still going. Like, kind of like able to actually make shows before, like, kind of just, I don't even know the word. Is kind of just destroy themselves internally, because it sounds like all their shows kind of suffer the exact same problem. Oh god, so far I'm actually watching Mob Psycho 100, Dororo, Wiz, How Clumsy You Are, Miss Ueno, and Boogie Pop Phantom. That's what we're watching so far. But yeah, going back on topic of Hoods, I have not watched season 1 of the Real Girl season 1. So I mean, can't watch it because I haven't watched season 1, but I mean, one day I might. One day, who knows? So, Kakegurui, season 2, or XX. Is this Netflix still? That's a real question, because I actually have no idea. Because I don't think it's been announced. But, I mean, again, I like Kakegurui quite a bit. It's actually just, like, it's so much fun. Like, it's not kind of... It's not your deep psychological kind of exploration of gambling. It's just kind of girls just gambling with each other. And it's so much fun. But, I mean, it's probably Netflix, so I probably won't be able to watch it. So I'll have to wait until season 2 comes out Netflix after, like, it ends. Normally in summer it actually might come out, I believe. Probably, hopefully. So, Rikun in the Middle. The home comedy centers on mischievous boy Rikun and his eccentric family. If I'm gonna watch that show, there's no point. Oh, right, so the Rising the Shield Hero. I mean, this one's kind of the one getting the most attention this season, actually, the more I think about it. It's kind of... It's the one I'm kind of like, I want to watch it, but I don't want to suffer the exact same problem I suffered with Slime. With Slime, because I actually I like Slime, but then I forgot about it. So I'm kind of like, I don't want to have the exact same problem with this show, that I kind of watch like one episode of it and just give up after one episode and just completely forget about it. That's the problem I face with these kind of shows. The fact is I like them, but I kind of just forget. So you kind of sitting there like, okay, so what the hell do I do now? Apparently it's got 8.50 on Mal at the moment, which I'm actually kind of surprised about, because it hasn't even premiered yet, apparently. No, I've actually kind of saw the opening today, so I'm actually imagining it's actually been premiered. Premiered? Premiered. So, who knows? It might be good, it might be bad. It's 25 episodes long though, it's 2 cours, which is surprising. So we'll have to wait and see. I mean, I'll give it a go. I'll give it a go and see what happens. I'm hoping I won't have the exact same problem with this as I have with every other isekai show that I just kind of give up. We'll see what happens. Right. So, Kemuri Kusa. Kemuri Kusa is the show by the guy who did Kimono Friends, isn't it? I believe, isn't it? That was the same dude who did Kimono Friends? It is? I believe? It seems like it. So, I mean, again, I've said, I was thinking about this before I actually kind of started the stream. I was kind of like, I wonder actually will be as good as Kimono Friends. I haven't actually kind of personally watched Kimono Friends. I've already heard it's actually meant to be the best thing ever, apparently. So it's one of those things I'm actually kind of like, will they actually strike gold twice? Or would it be one of those things that it was just that one show that the guy made is actually really freaking good and the rest of them kind of like, yeah. I don't know. I mean, it depends who subs it, actually. I don't know who's subbing it in the first place. I'll have to give it a go and see what doesn't really happen. So, Dokyonin wa he's Doki Atama no Yue. Mystery writer Mikazuki Subaru, who isn't good at dealing with people, finds them to be disturbance when it comes to building his imaginary world. One day he chances upon a stray cat and feels inspiration strike. So he brings the cat home as his muse. Can watching the inexplicable behaviors of a cat from material for a new novel. I mean, nah. So Meiji Tokyo Renka. It's an Otome visual novel adaptation, which basically means just go and read the visual novel because it's way better. Because it's always what happens. That's why I was kind of like, why they keep on just doing Otome visual novels when the visual novels are so much better, like way better. Virtual Sun Looking. Anime featuring VTubers such as Mirai Akari, Deno Shoujo Zero, Tsukino Mito, Tanaka Hime, Suzuki Hina, and Nekomiya Hinata. Oh my god. They've actually made a show out of VTubers. Oh my god. 2019 has peaked already. We actually hit the point. This is the point. There's no going back at this point. We've actually hit the point. This is it. We've actually hit. We've done it. Guys, we've done it. We've done it. We've done it. I can't fucking believe it. We've actually done it. It's done. Lads, we actually can go home. We've done everything. We've done it. It's done. It's done. It's over. Guys, it's over. We've hit the peak. We've hit the peak. Oh man. Can't believe it. Can't believe it. Revisions. This is a Netflix show, so it won't probably get made anytime soon, so there's actually no point watching it, so there's that. There was a VTuber show last year? Was there? I can't even remember. We hit the peak beforehand. I have been living a lie this whole entire time. I thought we've actually peaked already, but clearly we haven't. The peak was already there. It was already there the whole entire time. I can't believe it. Dimensions High School. No, anime / live action hybrid series. Holy cow. Holy cow. I stand corrected, we actually have peaked. We're actually having hybrid shows nowadays, lads. 2019, you're blessing me with the good content. Can't believe it. The high school boys are transported to an anime world while they are in cram school. Since then, they start school life in an anime world where they're transported to. Because I was in an anime last year. It's true. It's officially done. We can go home. We can go home. We actually have IRL husbandos now. IRL husbandos. It's happening. It's happening. I can't believe it. It's happening. Oh man. Polygon Pictures as well. The Mad Lads who made Godzilla, I kid you not, Godzilla 2 and 3, Arjun, and also the show of the year, Pingu, are making the show. Can't believe it. Lads, can you believe it? Lads, can you believe it? It's happening. Officially, we've peaked again. We're peaking too much this season. We have to calm down a bit here. We have to calm down. We have to calm down. It's getting too much. Oh, and also, yeah, but no one remembers Blame. Everyone forgets about Blame. We don't talk about that one. So, Girly Air Force. Mysterious flying creatures known as Zai suddenly appear. In order to fight the creatures, mankind creates fighter aircraft called Daughters, as well as the automatic fighting mechanism Anima, which are shaped like human girls. The story centers on a young man named Kei Narutani, who yearns to fly in the sky, and an anima considered to be humanity's trump card, a girl named Guripin. Guripin? I mean, just by the synopsis, I'm like, yes, boy, Jet Fighter Girls, yes. Hello, how's it going? Oh man, this season's too good. Oh, I have to consider it. I have to watch one episode at least. I have to watch one episode. I have to bear witness to Jet Fighter Girls. I have to bear witness to it. I have to tell my children one day, lads, guess what? I watch a show about girls who are fighter jets. I have to. It has to be done. Oh, I love anime so much. I love anime. It's just so freaking good. How can you lose brain cells? I gained them. I gained those brain cells reading that synopsis. I gained those brain cells. Oh man, this is good. This is good. So the Promised Neverland. Of course I'm watching Promised Neverland. Who isn't watching that show this season? Of course I am. Of course I am. It's like the show other than Boogie Pop Phantom. Right, so the quintessential quintuplets. Right, clear my throat before I start reading this one. One day, a poor high school second year named Isugi Futaru comes across a private tutoring gig with good pay. His pupils are his classmates, and they are quintuplets. And they're all gorgeous girls, but they're also troublemakers who hate to study and are on the verge of flunking out. And his first task is simply gaining the sister's trust. Every day is a party. A curtain is rising on the Nakano quintuplets, quirky romantic comedy with 5 times the cute. 5 times the cute! Not just one! 5 times the cute. 5 times the cute. Can you believe it? 5 times the cute. Not just one time. Not just twice. Nah, they were like, nah, fams. We got to go even further beyond 5 times the cute. And that's what I like to hear. 5 times the cute. Oh my god, what is this season? I'm lost for words right now. I'm lost for words. Of course I'm gonna watch it. So, Grimm's Notes animation. The game takes place in a world created by beings known as storytellers. Beings known as storytellers. I mean, that's kind of what they are, I guess. Yeah, makes sense. At birth, all inhabitants of this world are bestowed with a book of fate, where all their lives are written in advance. However, rogue storytellers known as Chaos Tellers are writing bad events into people's books without them knowing. It is up to the holders of the blank books to fate to seek out the Chaos Tellers and restore the world. So, hey mate, 10 years in this book you wrote 10 years time. I won't have a job. It's like, what the hell, man? What are you doing? Stop that. That's the whole entire plot, basically. No, of course not. That sounds absolutely... That just doesn't sound good. Don't sound good. Huluing babies. So, anime centering on a group of young girls and their struggles as they aim to become hula girls. Jesus Christ. Oh man. I'm dying from the season as well. This season's killing my throat. So Date Alive Season 3! I haven't watched Season 1 or 2. I just didn't want to watch it, apparently. I was like, nah man, I'm not watching that show, apparently. I don't know. I haven't watched Season 1, so I can't watch it. B Project Peak / emotion. It's not just one peak, it's actually also the emotion behind said peak. I mean, that actually never came out in the UK, so I actually could never watch it. I wanted to watch the husbandos sing, okay? I want to watch my husband sing, I couldn't watch them. Why must England deprive me of the good-looking boys? Okay. Why must they deprive me of that? But alas, ow, my knee. Jesus. So, Domestic Girlfriend, that one manga about, that everyone keeps going on about, that I kind of just read like one chapter, I was like, yeah, it's alright, I guess. It's fine. It's not good. It's like fine. But I'm kind of on the fence of not actually be another Scum's Wish, which by the way was not a good show. Like by the end of it, I was like, the hell did I even watch? Nothing even happened, and then the ending to the actual manga series as a whole was even worse. It's kind of like, oh yeah, we love each other. And that was the end of it. I was like, huh? That was the whole entire manga in a nutshell. I was like, yeah, by the way, we just kind of love each other at this point, so it's kind of, it's fine. But yeah, it's basically Scum's Wish 2.0, but I guess it probably won't be as like, oh, look at me, I'm inherently a bad person because I'm having sex with a person that actually has no emotion towards me. So I'm actually kind of projecting my own love for another person upon his body. So I actually don't think about him, but I'm thinking about someone else. It's not one of those shows. It's a different kind of breed of show apparently. Scum's Wish was kind of a weird show in the end. I didn't like it. I thought it was just kind of stupid. I mean, it had a really good start. I mean, it kind of had some good characters in it, but they're all kind of stuck between the main two people being kind of scumbags, and then in the end, the main dude became a complete scumbag. I was like, what? What? What's happening here? What am I doing with this show at this point? Why am I watching this show? So, I mean, I'll watch Domestic Girlfriend, see what does in 3 happen with it, because I'm kind of interested to see what does in 3 go. Oh, no. But I actually hope, having read like 1 or 2 chapters, it won't become another Scum's Wish. I'm hoping. We must hope. So, Magical Girl Special Ops Asuka? When the Earth is threatened by a sudden appearance of undead creatures, a group of young women blessed with powers from a mysterious source rose to defeat them. Now, after 3 years of apparent peace, the same malevolent creatures have resurfaced. 5 magical girls are once again conscripted to war as Magical Girl Special Ops Force to defend mankind from an unholy nemesis. Oh man, if only it actually was like Spec Ops: The Line, but with undead zombies instead. That'd be freaking great. That was a good game no one actually ever played. I was like, why would you not play Spec Ops: The Line? It's actually the best game like of the last 10 years. Alas. What's up with these edgy Magical Girl shows as well lately? Like, I mean, we had Magical Girl Sight last year, which actually was like the most edgiest thing ever. I mean, heck, The, the girls put razor blades in the girls' shoes. I was like, Jesus Christ! I was like, what is this show? Oh, that was borderline. Like, what the hell was the guy thinking? So I'm kind of hoping this isn't exactly the same kind of deal. That it's not just, look at how edgy we are, and look how kind of like, oh, everyone will love us because we're so edgy, because it does not make a good show. Edginess does not make a good show unless you actually kind of fine-tune that edge to actually become kind of good. We hope that it might in theory be good in the end. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. So, Bermuda Triangle, colourful pastel? Huh? The glittering, I can't even speak. The glittering spotlights, the sparkling fluff cute outfits, the charming voices while dancing the bright smiles, under the dazzling lights of the big city stage. These would be the mermaid idols who swim and dance freely underwater. But far from the big city, the girls once lived in the peaceful village of Parallel. These girls, who would not even imagine such a glittering future for themselves, are instead just raising a fuss over snack cakes they are eating. This is a story of a cheerful daily lives of mermaids who strive their hardest every day. Huh? What's it called Bermuda Triangle? Is that the place everyone goes and never comes back? That's the place everyone goes and never comes back. What? I'm so confused. The title and the actual description have nothing to do with each other. What? Huh? Huh? Oh man, we're getting to the end. I don't even know how, to be honest, but I'm actually kind of impressed. I'm kind of impressed. Of course I'm watching Kaguya-sama. Though I'm kind of on the fence with A1 Pictures, because I mean, it's A1 Pictures, you kind of hope they might not kind of screw everything up, but I'm kind of like, So if it all else fails, just read the manga in the end, as I always do. As I always do, just read the manga. So, Endro, Studio Gokumi. Naro Island, a continent with swords and magic in which humans and monsters coexist. A terrible demon king lives there. In ancient times, the first generation hero defeated the demon king. Over the many successive generations since then, the demon king has been resurrected, and the hero who opposes him has likewise reappeared. Girls attend a school for adventurers in order to defeat the demon king, who appears again. Though a bit absent-minded, Yusha has the body of a hero. The holy elf sailor's trouble never ends because she is too serious. The cheerful warrior Faye loves to eat. May is quite a tacky magician. As the four girls aim to be in a hero party, they live relaxed fantasy lives and show no sign of defeating Demon King, no matter how much time passes. Huh? Huh? That sounds kind of terrible. That sounds kind of terrible. It might be good. Who knows? I don't think it'll be good, but who knows? I hope I'm wrong. So Kotobuki, the Wasteland Squadron. Wasteland Squadron? Yes. In a barren frontier where the people trade goods with each other in order to help each other survive, the Kotobuki Squadron are bodyguards for hire, led by a strict but beautiful squadron leader, an honorable commanding officer, and true artisan of crew chief. Alongside pilots who don't lack for personality, they take to the air in dogfights, letting the engine noise of their Hayabusa fighters ring out in the skies. But then you look at the studio. These mad lads are back, who made the one and only Berserk, 2016 and 17 respectively. Oh man. Oh man. And also, the guy directing it actually is the director of The Lost Village as well, which happens to be the worst show of the whole entirety of like last 10 years, which also probably is the best. Who knows? I don't know. It's really confusing. So I have my reservations. It actually probably will be terrible, but who knows? Who knows? As is the word of the season for me. So Komodo Friends 2. I haven't watched season 1 at all. I don't think many people are watching it because of what happened with the actual season itself. But, I mean, who knows? It might be kind of not terrible, but I'm not watching it because I haven't watched season 1. Manaria Friends? Isn't this a show that's basically based off of Shingeki no Bahamut, I believe? Is it? It is, isn't it? I think. I haven't watched Bahamut yet, though. Lupin the Third, Goodbye Partner. In the story, Jigen is after Lupin's life, and Goemon cannot forgive a friend's betrayal and is enraged. The special will feature a showdown between Jigen, considered the strongest rival ever, and Lupin and Goemon. Oh, really? What happened in between? When they're, like, you know, pretty tight beforehand. What happened? Has that been somewhere else this whole entire time? I actually haven't watched most of the season that just went by. I think I watched like one episode of it, and I completely forgot about it afterwards. So, The Forest of Piano, season 2. I haven't watched season 1. Star Twinkle Precure does not get adapted into England, so there's no point. And there we go. That is the season in a nutshell, I believe. That is how much we're watching. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 shows, actually. Watching 11 shows is actually my least, I believe, at this point. What's actually happening on the OVA's sides of things? Is there anything good coming out? Is there anything good? Era Manga Sensei, OVA, my boys. No. 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 And I believe there is literally nothing. Is there anything? I don't believe there is. Oh yeah, has anyone actually tried to watch Hero Mask beforehand? Hero Mask is the weirdest show ever. It's like the most Hollywood anime of all time. It's like they kind of watched a Michael Bay movie and said, you know what, we could do that. And it's like edited so freaking weirdly. I was watching the first 15 minutes of episode 1. I was like, what is this? What is happening? Like, none of the editing has any rhyme or reason to it. It just kind of goes like, it just does this the whole entire time. It's just the weirdest thing ever. I was so confused. I was like, please stop it. My brain's like trying to adjust this whole entire thing. I just can't. What's happening in the movies? What's happening in the movies? Oh man, look at all these films I can't watch because they just don't get film showings over here in England. Well, besides Broly though, Broly's getting shown in my cinema where I live. I was like, what the hell? I was like, really? Broly's actually getting a showing in my cinema. Holy crap! Yes, lads. Of course, I'm actually gonna watch Broly in the movie because it's got Gogeta in it, and Gogeta is the best. Everyone knows it. Everyone's be like, Vegeto's the best. I'm like, no, Gogeta, boys. Gogeta was like the king, like back in the day. And everyone's like, Gogeta's the best. I was like, I told you so. Told you. I mean, I've been singing his praise this whole entire time, and no one believed me. And now everyone's like, yeah, he's pretty good. I'm like, I know. He is my boy. And that is it, I believe. Even if the world ends tomorrow. Sucker Pass season, I guess, 3. Oh yeah, see, there's a Golden Kamuy OVA, isn't there? I believe also. Is there? When's that coming out? Isn't it March? It's March, isn't it? I believe. But it never gets subbed though. It's a problem, which is really annoying. So I actually want to get subbed, but it never does. But that is the season in a nutshell of Winter, which is kind of alright. It's not very good. It's got like good shows that I want to watch. Don't be wrong, but the new shows kind of just don't have that kind of like oomph, if you get what I mean. It doesn't have that kind of like, oh yes lads kind of territory of I would watch that. It's kind of just, it feels very much like the kind of, it just feels like they just kind of taking a time off a little bit. I'm kind of like, yeah lads, let's just do that. So I mean, yeah, we'll see what happens with this season. So not anything becomes like the underground of the season. I don't think so, because most shows kind of seem like they're just kind of okay. I have to wait and see, as they say. Have to wait and see. So yeah. that is me done for today. So as always, if you have enjoyed this whole entire stream as a whole on Twitch, then do leave a follow on Twitch, because indeed, this helped me quite a bit. And actually, if you have enjoyed it here on YouTube and you do want to leave a like, then do leave a like, because indeed, actually does help me quite a bit. And if you want to stay a bit longer after that whole entire point, and do leave a sub, because indeed, that actually does help me quite a bit. Actually know when these videos go live. Any other videos I do as well, which makes no sense because that always happens when you upload to YouTube. And you actually want to stay a little bit longer after that whole entire point, then do follow me on Twitter, because indeed actually does help me quite a bit. On Twitch, actually know when these streams go live. Any other streams I do as well. And if Twitter is not your thing as well, I do infrared Discord server as well. That actually does infrared tell you when these streams go live. Any other streams I do as well. But until next time, with I believe the first one's actually Booby Pop Phantom, I believe. Until Booby Pop Phantom on Friday, I believe, is the premiere. Yes. I'll see you guys then. Bye for now.